And that's what happened with effort. He started taking a small action, a small daily action, and using all the tools that he had available to him. And he created those results for himself.
Yeah, okay. So let me give you a quick response to that. This is for all of you listening. You can tune back in now. You weren't supposed to hear that. So I'm 66, and when I was 13 years old, I had junior high school Spanish, and my Spanish teacher, Mr. Sachs, he taught me this one expression that has carried me my whole life: poco a poco se va a lejos. And I will translate that for the uninitiated here that aren't blessed to be able to speak Spanish. Little by little, one goes far. Yeah, you just got to start taking that first step. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So, John, though, you know, the second half of that show that we just listened to, what really is going on there is the reason that I wanted to bring this show to Right Thinking Foundation to my listeners is because it's not so much specific things that might be said. It's the people that we're connecting with, the group that we're hanging out with here. You know, so I want to ask everybody, listen, wouldn't you love to hang out with these guys that I'm hanging out with? I mean, these are positive people that have done something with their lives, that their mamas raised them well. Earlier, we all had shared, we're all mama's boys. We're all mama's boys. We all love our mama. All of us gave them probably a lot of gray hair, but, you know, we love our mothers. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to introduce my listeners to Design Your Empowered Year team so that they'll know that there are people out there that are genuine, that care, that can be your friend. And it goes along with everything else that Right Thinking's doing with the Agape Love and the National Online Support Network. So let me just give the call in one more time, or the website, rightthinkingproject.yourempoweredyear.com. rightthinkingproject.yourempoweredyear.com. Go there. You can join your Empowered Year program, be part of the group. And I just want to tell you, I'm having fun with it. I'm really having fun. I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm becoming a more positive person. I'm becoming more self-actualized. And so after Fabio gets on the show in the next couple of weeks or so, you'll know more what self-actualized means. So, you know, let's close this up a little bit now. John, you've got a talent that I've talked about before, where you can draw stick figures and just really teach and communicate beautifully. Some people need to see it. A picture's worth 1,000 words, so to speak. So what I want to ask you there is, can you talk a little bit about how you're using your stick figures to teach people things?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I usually listen to the lesson several times, and I pick up a few key points that call to me, and I start building another lesson in those points in a graphical way. I'm a visual person. We all think on pictures, but when I give my examples, I'm always imagining pictures. So what I do is I just put those pictures around the main idea, and to try to translate the message of the lesson to the people watching the videos or watching the lesson.
Well, you're fantastic at it. You're fantastic at it. I apologize for interrupting you. We only have just a very short time to go, so I didn't mean to ask you to talk about that. If you'd like to talk about it a little more with your stick figure, you're welcome to. We can go a minute or so, but there's another show that's going to come on shortly after this one ends. So I do apologize. We're kind of running out of time. Would you like to talk for another minute or so about the stick figure?
Well, sure, if we have the time. Basically, the stick figure is just a graphical example of how the mind works, the mind, the body, and our actions. You mentioned something on the previous program that you like about the lesson, is that we are a spiritual being with an intellect, meaning that we think, with a physical representation. And basically that's the stick figure, a figure that represents how we think, how we act, how we can grow, how we can be more, do more, and have more. Basically it.
And I saw the in the creation series when you did that lesson that you just pretty much referenced, and it was so communicative. It was absolutely fabulous. Well, let me just say this. I have had a wonderful time hosting you on the show this week and last week, and I want to tell you, I just thank you and the others in Design Your Empowered Year for bringing me along and letting me be part of it. It's the most powerful program. People ought to join. So reach out to rightthink.org, and I'd like to hear some responses. If you want to establish a communication, connect with me through rightthink.org, and we can get you connected to Design Your Empowered Year people. And John, I'd just like to say you're a beautiful person. I love you, and thanks for sharing your time with us today. And I know our listeners love you. I've already heard feedback from last week, and I know we're going to get plenty more. So John, is there anything you'd like to say as we close?
I want to thank you for the opportunity, and I want to invite everyone to check the website, rightThinkingProject.YourEmpoweredYear.com. And again, thank you for the opportunity, Steve. I had a joy.
You're welcome. As I say goodbye to everyone, I just want to send out some love to Eduardo Perez, who you heard some of his story that I told you. He's a friend of mine from 40 years ago that turned his life around. And I want to tell you, there's not a one of you out there that can't turn your life around or seek higher places once you set your mind to doing that. So again, thank you. Thank you, John. Everyone, God bless you, and just have a wonderful week.
Thanks for listening to Right Thinking with Steve Coplon. I look forward to being with you again next week. And remember, don't quit, plan ahead, it will get better. God bless you and have a great week.